Hey everyone, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to start working on this profile header component. And after this header, we have these posts right here. So back to VS Code. First of all, inside the profile folder, I'm going to create a new file, ProfileHeader.js. And inside here, we're going to receive profile, own account, boolean, log user follow stats, and also set user follow stats, the function which we have with the state. So let's import this component in our username page. Profile header from. So after this grid.column, we are going to have another row here, grid.row, and inside here grid.column. And inside this column, we are going to have condition checks. So if active item, so this active item right here, let me minimize this active item. So we are going to check if it is equals to profile. So that means the profile tab is opened. Then we are going to show some JSX here. Let's add fragments. So inside this, we are going to have the profile header and we are going to pass in the profile. We are going to pass in the own account boolean, the logged user follow stats, and also the set user follow stats. Let's save it. And after this profile header, we have the posts. So first we are going to check if it is loading the state which we have. Then we are going to show the placeholder posts. We are going to import this component. And otherwise, we are going to check if the posts.length is greater than 0. Only then we are going to map over it. So posts.map post. And we are going to render out our card post component. We already created it. Let's import these components. Components/post and the card post. And import from components/layout, placeholder group, and the placeholder posts. Let's save it. And here we are going to pass in the props inside this card post. First of all, let's give it a key of post._id. We are going to send in the post, send in the user, and also set posts. So we have the function for the set posts. And also we are going to create a state for toaster. So if you remember when we created the card post, when we are deleting the post, we are showing a toaster notification. So we created a state for that. Let's create a state here. Const show toaster and set show toaster. Use state is going to be false. So let's pass in the set show toaster. And also we're going to import the toaster. Import from components/layout, and it is inside the toaster, the post.delete toaster. And here we are going to create a use effect, just like we created on our home page, to set the timeout when the show toaster changes. If show toaster is equals to true, we are going to set the timeout to set show toaster back to false, and after 3 seconds. And here we are going to, if show toaster is equals to true, we are going to show the post.delete toaster. So now let's create our profile header. We have already rendered out the post, so we can check if it works. And I'm going to add a statement, return statement profile header here, so we can see the component is working. Let's refresh, and you can see the posts are entering out and the profile header is working. And now if I click on this followers tab, you can see the component is not rendering. And here where we are checking if the post.length is greater than 0, I'm going to remove these ampersands and place a question mark here. And otherwise, we are going to show a component here to give the user the indication that there are no posts from this user. So here we are going to show no profile posts. So this component is again inside the no data file, inside the layout and no data. We already have an import from there. So I just use the auto import. So now back to profile header. So here we are going to import some components from semantic React. We are going to need segment, grid, image, divider, header, button, and list. And inside the component, we are going to first of all create a state for loading. So we are going to have a separate loading state here and use state. Make sure it is auto imported and false. So in the deployed version, so I'm on my own profile right now. That's why I'm not seeing any buttons right here. But if I go to the profile of, let's say, this one right here, I'm following him. You can see we are getting this following button right here. And this user has not posted any posts. So we are getting this user has not posted anything yet. So we are only going to show these buttons here when the profile is not our own profile. That means not the logged user profiles. And also when we visit a profile, we are going to show if we are following him or not right here. So we're going to have a boolean for that. We're going to check it. So back to VS Code. Here we're going to create a boolean. So const is following. Here we are going to filter over the logged user follow stats. So logged user follow stats dot following dot length if it is greater than 0. So this logged user follow stats is basically just the information which we are getting from the follow model. So we have the followers array and the following array. So we are checking if the following length is greater than 0. Then we are going to run a filter over it. So logged user follow stats dot following dot filter following iterator following dot user. So we have the user inside the following. We are going to check if it is equals to profile dot user dot underscore id. So again, the profile which is opened dot length is greater than 0. So all we are doing is checking if the following length is greater than 0, and then we are running the filter over it. So inside the following array, we have the user property, and we are checking if it is equals to profile.user._id, the profile which is opened, and then we are checking if its length is greater than 0. So basically we are checking if we are already following the user or not. So then we are going to show the following button, which I showed you in the deployed version. Now inside the return statement, let's remove this div. Inside here, we're going to have a segment. We are going to have grid. It is going to have a stackable prop. Inside this grid, we are going to have a grid dot column. Its width is going to be 11. And inside this column, we are going to have a row. It is going to have a header as h2. So this will mean the h2 of the HTML. Content is going to be profile.user.name. So name of the user whose profile we are viewing, and style, we're going to give it a margin top of 5 pixels. Let's close it. So after this row, we are going to have another row, grid.row. It is going to have a stretched prop, and inside here we're going to show the bio, so profile.bio. After this bio, we are going to have a divider with the hidden prop. And after this row, we are going to have another row, grid.row. So inside this, we are going to check if profile.social, we are going to show some JSX. Otherwise, we are going to show no social media links. So profile.social, these basically are these links right here for the social networks. So I've only added the Instagram. So we're also going to check which link is available, and we are going to render out the component for it next to its icon right here. So inside this, we are going to have a list, and here we are going to have a list.item. List.icon is going to be mail. So this is going to be for our email. And list.content. We are going to have a content of profile.user.email. So this one is going to be for our email. After this item, we are going to check if profile.social.facebook. Then we are going to show, I'm just going to copy it from here. We are going to change the values. So here the icon is going to be Facebook and its color is going to be blue. And the content is going to be profile.social.facebook. And also here I'm going to set a color of blue. So this will make the text blue. And after this, I'm just going to copy it. The next one are going to be for our Twitter and YouTube. And here we're going to check for the Instagram. So the icon name is going to be Instagram. And the color is going to be red. And the content here is going to be profile.social.instagram. And after this, we are going to have a check for the YouTube. And the icon name is going to be YouTube. And the content is going to be YouTube. And the color here is going to be red. So we do not add any colors. The icons are just black and white. And the last one is going to be for our Twitter. Content is going to be Twitter. Icon name is going to be Twitter. And the color is going to be blue. So this is all for the profile.social links. After this column right here, we're going to have another column. This one is going to be for our profile image column. Its width is going to be 5 and it is going to have a stretch prop and style. Text align is going to be center. Inside this column, we are going to have a row. And inside here, we're going to have an image. The source of this image is going to be profile.user.profilepic URL. It is going to have an avatar prop. The size of this image is going to be large. And after this row, I'm going to add a break line. So after this, we are going to check if not own account. So this basically means that we are not viewing our own profile. And we are going to show a button. Compact. And loading is going to be of the loading, the state which we created. Disabled is going to be when the loading is true. Content is going to be if is following is equals to true. We are going to show following. Otherwise, we are going to show follow. So if is following is equals to true, that means we are already following the user. So we are going to show the following text. Otherwise, we are going to show the follow text. The icon for this is going to be again is following is equals to true. We are going to show the check circle. Otherwise, we are going to show add user icon. Color, if is following is equals to true, we are going to show Instagram. Otherwise, we are going to show Twitter. So these are also the colors. These are not icons. These are the name of the colors the semantic UI has. So also this button is going to have an on click. We will work on it when we are working on the following and unfollow the user. So this was all for this component. Now check if it works. So you can see right here, the profile header is there and no social media links are there. We're getting the text and the image is being shown. And also we are not getting the button here to follow or unfollow because we are on our own profile. So if I go to John Doe, let's search for John Doe here. And you can see right here, the following button is being shown. I am following this user. I followed it when we were testing the API and the social media links are being shown right here. So there is a bug right here. We are being shown the posts of Jane Doe. I think I forgot to add the dependency inside the use effect. I added an empty array here in the dependencies. So we're going to add in the router.query.username. So whenever the username changes, the getPost function is going to be called. And now if I go back to Jane Doe, and let's go back to John Doe now. And now you can see we're getting the posts of John Doe. And also if you want, you can implement the infinite scroll right here too. I have added it inside the deployed version. You can see right here we get the loader. And if there are no posts, we're getting this icon right here. All you have to do is follow the same instructions, just like we did on our home page. All you have to do is change the route and add the username for the API route. So this is all for this video. In the next video, we're going to work on these followers and the following tabs right here. So I will see you there.